Oh, isn't that the best when you start a video and you have a itchy nose? It's quite all right. Hey everybody, how you doing? It is Chris from Everyday Christian. Happy Monday. I hope everybody is having a wonderful day. As for me, yes, I am having a wonderful day. I actually just woke up from a nap about a half hour ago or so. Not the point. I will say this, after reading through this a little bit, um, I was in Sunday school. Yes, we just call it Sunday school class, but I was in Sunday school, and one of my pastor guys, he was going over some of the, I'll call them Zeitz names, but JB Zeitz and, some of the other names that are within the Bible, and he was struggling. And this was in New Testament. I think it's 2 Timothy chapter 4, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, he was having a kind of a rough time going over them, and I thought, all right, we can do this. We can keep going on, and I'm not going to be perfect, obviously, and I know he's not perfect, and we're just going to go through it because not everybody knows how to say these names, and I definitely don't. But with that, we're going to go Genesis chapter 15, the Lord's covenant promise to Abram. And I step closer so I can read it. My eyes, man. Anyway, chapter 15. And he steps back again. Sometime later, the Lord spoke to Abram in a vision and said to him, "Do not be afraid, Abram, for I will protect you, and your reward will be great." But Abram replied, "O sovereign Lord, what good are all your blessings when I don't even have a son? Since you've given me no children, Eliezer of Damascus, a servant in my household, will inherit all my wealth. You have given me no descendants of my own, so one of my servants will be my heir." Then the Lord said to him, "No, your servant will not be your heir, for you will have a son on your own who will be your heir." Then the Lord took Abram outside and said to him, "Look up in the sky and count the stars if you can. That's how many descendants you will have." And Abram believed the Lord, and the Lord counted him as righteous because of his faith. Then the Lord told him, "I am the Lord who brought you out of Ur of the Chaldeans." I believe that's how you say it. Ur out of the Chaldeans, to give you this land as your possession. But Abram replied, "O sovereign Lord, how can I be sure I will actually possess it?" The Lord told him, excuse me, we got some stuff going around in the house. Not the point. The Lord told him, "Bring me a 3-year-old heifer, a 3-year-old female goat, a 3-year-old ram, a turtle dove, and a young pigeon." Why these things? I have no idea. It's like what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different animals. Bring them all. All right. So Abram presented all these items and killed them. Then he cut each animal down the middle and laid the halves side by side. He did not, however, cut the birds in half. Some vultures swooped down to eat the carcasses, but Abram chased them away. As the sun was going down, Abram fell into a deep sleep, and a terrifying darkness came down over him. Then the Lord said to Abram, "You can be sure that your descendants will be strangers in a foreign land where they will be oppressed as slaves for 400 years. But I will punish the nation that enslaves them, and in the end, they will come away with great wealth. As for you, you will die in peace and be buried in a ripe old age. After 4 generations, your descendants will return here to this land, for the sins of the Amorites do not yet warrant their destruction." After the sun went down and darkness fell, Abram saw a smoking firepot and a flaming torch pass between the halves of the carcasses. So the Lord made a covenant with Abram that day and said, "I have given this land to your descendants, all the way from the border of Egypt to the great Euphrates River, the land now occupied by the Kenites, the Kenizzites, Cadmonites, Hittites, Perizzites, Rephaites, Amorites, Canaanites, Girgashites, and Jebusites." That's chapter 15. So the Lord, again, I wish I was Abram. Well, I don't, because, technology is pretty cool. But not the point. Lord was speaking to Abram, and hey, this is what's going to happen. These are going to be all of your descendants, and they're going to be numerous across, across the land. Count the stars on the sky. Go ahead. Yep, because that's how many descendants you're having. If I'm not mistaken, didn't he say in like a chapter or something like chapter or two before this, so, count the grains of sand. Yeah, your descendants will be that many. Which, let's be honest, I don't know what the number is, but from one man, there's like 8 billion people on the earth. So you do the math, because I'm not going to, and it's a lot. But talking with God, and he's like, yeah, man, hey, I've got you. Don't worry about it. You also have a son, so be cool on that front too. So I just think it's really cool how the Lord speaks to us sometimes, and as even Abram, this is back Genesis 15. I don't know how many days or months it's been since we've left the garden at this point, but he's talking, straight to the creator of the entire universe, and he's like, "Yep, you're gonna have a son. You're gonna have all these descendants," and yet we still doubt. Are you sure? Yeah, got us. So if you're ever doubting, Abram did the same thing. Before he turned to Abraham, Abram did the same thing while walking with God, talking with him, and going over all this kind of stuff. You're good. All right. Love you guys. Be cool. Stay blessed. We'll see you later.